And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the stream. We get things going here. There we go. My name is Talisian. There you are, and here I am. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, let me fix my lighting so you can see me a little bit better here. This is my first stream in about a week. Been feeling a little under the weather lately, but here I am. I'm still alive, still kicking, still passing air between my teeth. And I'm ready to get back into things. And one thing I had noticed is we're kind of at the end of the MSQ, or main story quest, right now in Lord of the Rings Online. And so my thinking was, well, I could always still log in and do things like the Farmer's Fair, which I've done, and Delving, which I've done, or maybe start another character and do zones I've already done before. Or I can try a game I haven't played in a while. And while I was recovering in the past week or so, I played some Assassin's Creed Odyssey again. I've played some Elder Scrolls Online. I've played a bunch of other games. Went through my Steam library, said, I'm not feeling too well. Try this for a little bit, try this for a little bit, try this for a little bit. So the one I kept coming back to every now and then was Rift. And so I figured, well, let's go ahead then and stream it and see how well we do, and we'll just go from there. Let me fix my camera a little bit here. Oops, sorry. There we go. So I figured let's stream a little Rift and give it a try and see how things go. Going to be a little awkward on the streaming today, as for some reason my Stream Deck, they did a software update on it and it's not working very well, so things are going to be a little wonky and catterwampus today, so my apologies for that. But this doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I usually ask my community what they would like to see. And I was talking with some of my community members on Discord. And by the way, my Discord link is down below, where we talk about such things and do theory crafting on games, and I cover ARPGs and such. And my thought was, well, okay, what do I want to do? And so This is what I chose. I've played Rift before. As you can see over my head, I've got a bunch of characters that I've started various different levels. And I've enjoyed it off and on. Some of these characters are several years old. So what I figured I'd do is I would pick one of the two characters that I started recently, and pop on and take a look at the game and see how things are. Now, for those of you who are also curious, Rift was recently had a booth at the Gamescom that's currently, I think it's either currently going on or it just ended. And I didn't see any announcements online, but I have noticed that they've reopened their Battle Pass recently, and it looks like that they've done some actual patching to the game. First time in about a year or so that they've done some serious work on Rift. And so I figured I would go ahead and, pop in, see what you guys think, maybe give it a play and see how things go. If not, then it's just a one-off stream, and we could say, hey, I've done it, I've streamed it, here you go, this is what you guys thought, and we moved on. So this character that I'm going to play, Zoltana is her name. She is a rogue. When I'm going down the Beastmaster line, because it's always been one of my favorites. Minion builds have always been a personal favorite of mine, cross games. I'm currently working on a Beastmaster in Last Epoch. I've Hunters for some of my favorite builds in World of Warcraft. Minion builds I really like in Path of Exile. And so I figured I would go ahead and rebuild that build. So I'm going down one of the Beastmaster lines, and the best Beastmaster in Rift is actually part of the part of the Rogue tree. So I'm actually playing a Rogue here. And so, like I said, I'm in game. I'm just past the opening zone. Just past the opening zone, and as you can see, this is literally where you come out once you finish the initial opening zone. And let's go ahead and see what's going on in the world. Let me buff myself up here a little bit. There we go. The premise around Rift is that we are beings from before the time where the world is basically in crisis. The other faction, there's two factions, Guardians and Sentinels, and the other faction has basically opened up a panel through their machinery, opened up a channel through their machinery that allowed an evil being by the name of Regulus to come back to the world. And when he came back in, it shattered the border between planes, and now you get these planar rifts that actually show up. I'm just going to go ahead and move this quest on here.
Journey well.
There we go. So that's what I'm currently working on. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to take a look around a little bit. We're going to play the game a little bit. Let's pop up a few of these mobs. Make sure I got my keyboards all set up and such. And now, rogues work with combo points. You can see by the skulls on my screen. And they have a build. They have builders, which are these bottom ones. And they have, these are my ranged builders, and these are my melee builders. And then these top two ones are my spenders. And also, unlike Lord of the Rings Online, you actually have to manually loot mobs. Mobs do not auto-loot like they do in Lord of the Rings Online. And it looks like I had a quest that was accepted also. Carnage, offward foes. Yes, there we go. That's weird. I can only... Yeah, okay. So what the rogue does is it works on their builders, whether they be melee or ranged. And then there's a big spender that will do a massive amount of points once you get maxed out points, which in this case is 5. So I'll pop my spender. And then as you notice, I did a massive amount of damage to him. And then my pet acts as kind of like a tank for me. I send him in first, and I move him on. And it works out pretty good. So as I said, just coming through the rift that you go through at the end of the starting zone will lead you right here. I'm just going to go ahead and...
Great sun, an ascendant.
And one of the things that you'll notice too while you're playing is this is the quest box. And story quests will have this kind of goldish box around them. They're either zone story quests or the main story quest as it is that carries you through. But they'll all have this gold box on the quest border. Long ago, Melforge was imprisoned by the races of Talara. Now it appears the servants have created disturbances in the plains that allows them to communicate with their master. You must use this sphere of light to put a stop to this ritual, lest they find a way to release their Dragon Lord. And then the summary of the quest is, Warren Bancroft wants you to use the sphere of light to disrupt the wanton ritual into Sanguine Shores. Once done, speak with the spirit of Carwyn to hear his warning. Objective is to throw the sphere of light at the specter of the Mailforge. Okay, so I'll accept.
Good luck.
Now the other thing too in the starting zone here is besides you'll also notice that vendors that NPCs are all their names in green, and some of them will have icons above their head. For instance, the bag icon means they're vendors.
Prices for quality wares.
And you can turn around and, for instance, I can sell off all of my gray items with a single press. And then really quick, I can check what other items I've got.
Until we
and get rid of them.
Again.
Excuse me. Now, anything with a book on it is dealing with crafting, I do believe. Like these will teach you 3 of the crafting skills: foraging, mining, and butchering. And those actually help with, you know, the way that the crafting skill in Rift works is you've got your creation skills, and then you've got your harvesting skills. And then in order to actually do your crafting, you have to actually go to a crafting station, activate that station if you have the skill, and then that's where you actually make things. So I'm probably going to do leatherworking for this character. So let me pull up. I need to double check. Again, this has been a while since I played, so I'm still learning here. So I got to remember how to which skills that I want to pick up. And there's a couple of good sites for it. And one of the main sites that has information on it is called Cadrift. CADRIFT.net. And let me go ahead and pull over their screen here real quick. And as you can see, hey, KO, how you doing, buddy? Good seeing you, man. As you can see, there are 12 crafting skills, and they're fit into 3 categories. You've got your gathering skills, which are mining, foraging, and butchering. Your survival skills, survival and fishing, which I do believe every character can get. And then your actual crafting skills: weaponsmith, artificer, armorsmith, dreamweaver, outfitter, runecrafter, and apothecary. And right here, for instance, if I want to go ahead and work on, let's say, I want to become an outfitter, I would want to make sure that I have butchering, because that's the skill that would provide me the most of the materials that I need for that skill. And you technically have 5 crafting skill slots when you create a character. Survivor and Fisher are given to every character, so you cannot unlearn or replace those 2, so that leaves you with 3 empty skill slots. It's entirely up to you which skills you choose. You have free reign to choose what skills you wish, and there are no wrong choices, because all of the skills, even if you can't actually use the crafting skill, you can still go ahead and benefit from it, put stuff on the marketplace, and so forth. However, some skills do work better than others. The 3 gathering skills are how you acquire the majority of your materials to craft with, and each of the crafting skills uses those materials gathered in differing amounts. For instance, an artificer will use more of the materials gathered by mining and foraging than, say, butchering. Rune crafters mostly use their own special materials created by rune breaking items. So if you pick up rune, I most of the time pick up rune crafting as well on most characters, just so that I have a way to use it. I can break down the magical, the enchanted items that I create, kind of like the enchanting skill in World of Warcraft, where you break down different items that you may have created with other skills or picked up in game in order to turn them into supplies that you need. Dreamweavers will mostly use dream ribbons created when they break down artifacts. They will also use materials from all gathering skills. Fishing feeds mostly into survivalists, though some other higher level recipes from other craft skills also need fish. And then it goes into a little bit of usefulness at max level, and it tells you a little bit what the best things are. For instance, Weaponsmith crafts the best in slot ranged weapons for warriors, rogues, and primalists. They craft weapon stones, used to temporarily buff raids, and crafts a large selection of weapons, unlocking many wardrobes. Artificer crafts best in slots for mages and clerics. Armorsmith crafts the best in slot helms, and so forth. So I am probably going to go ahead and choose. Let's go ahead and choose Weaponsmith. So looking here, Weaponsmith primarily uses skills from mining and foraging. So we will go over here and we will take mining.
I can assist in your training.
I will go ahead and train for mining. See, you can train a maximum of 3 skills, and I currently train none. So there's that. And I picked up the new skill Track Ore, which on the map will show me ore deposits.
Guard this knowledge.
And then we'll also pick up foraging while I'm here.
To hear my lessons.
Where I can track plants and wood. So we'll go ahead and grab those skills and put those over here as well. As usual, if I recall correctly, you can only have one tracking skill active at a time. So right now I'm tracking mines. Oh. No, I can actually have all three of them on there. As you see here below, there's a U-log below me. There's some coastal glory below me. So you can actually have more than one skill available. That's good to know, honestly. I thought I was limited to only one. It's most games, they only allow you to have one. Now, the other thing to look at, you'll see scattered around the world, are these green portcullims. This is the fast travel system on Solara, and you have to attune with it first.
Good to see you.
Binding one's soul is an ancient art mastered over the ages by the portcullim masters across Talar. Recently, we discovered a means by which we could create an anchor point for your soul and allow you to recall back to that point from anywhere in the world you happen to end up. Would you like the ability to recall to this location? I offer it free to the Ascended who saved this world. All you have to do is let me know when you're ready. And we will go ahead and accept. And we will pick up the Art of Soul Binding. Wonderful. You will find that binding your soul and recalling it to portcullims across Talar is an efficient means of defending the world against the dragons. And so now I've picked up the ability of Soul Recall, which will allow me to go ahead and port back here. Now, not everything from the plains is evil or corrupt. Before the dragons despoiled the planar realms, there existed pathways through the elements that were blessed by the gods. See here one of the last remaining to us, the planar portcullim. To use it, though, you'll need to discover another destination. Annette Kostral is an ardent glade, is a portcullim master like me, and can tell you more. So here, this quest is to speak with Annette Kostral in Ardent Glade. But I'm going to go ahead and bind my soul here. Currently bound in Sanctum, which is the home city, but I'm going to go ahead and spend the 3 gold 50 to bind myself here.
Until next time.
For the sake of questing. And now, whenever I cast my soul recall facility, it'll return me to this location. And then the next portcullim master we'll talk to will give me the option to bind it back. Now, if you notice here, there are 2 quest givers. You can tell they're quest givers because they have these 2 icons over their heads. What's interesting, though, is the types of quests they are. These are one-time only quests. These are quests that you'll do once. They'll either move the zone story or they'll move the main story. And these are repeatable quests by the circular arrow, meaning that you can repeat them. So let's go ahead and talk to Sir Khan here.
Hello.
This is one of either the main story quest or the main zone story quest. We fight foes on 2 fronts. In one sense, this is folly, but in others, our destiny to overcome such odds. This is a lesson that we Ascended have learned since Mythosia, but that many normal folk do not yet understand. Take this ancient sigil to inspire our sentries against the demons of Maelforge. Remind them that the Guardians are Vigil's chosen saviors of Talar. Sir Andrew Khan wants you to inspire Guardian sentries at Divine Landing with a sigil of inspiration. And then there's some rewards for it. And you'll notice here that most quests have a patron bonus. The patron bonus is basically your bonus for having a VIP account. So if you're actually a paid member, which I am currently not, I would get not only the 1 gold 35 silver, the 1,200 experience points, and the 100 notoriety of the Quicksilver Solars, but I would get these bonus as well. So I would get extra silver, extra XP, and extra notoriety. So the game is still very much playable free. You just get a bonus if you are a patron or a subscriber to the game.
Best of luck.
You just double check. Now, the other thing you'll notice too is as you die, your soul begins to degrade. Your binding to this world fades. And if you die enough, you eventually are worthless. You've taken so much soul damage that you're just here a sliver. So all of your stats are down, your melee skill is down, your spell skills are down. You can come to a healer and mend your soul. Mend soul damage and restore soul vitality. My soul's already healthy and does not require mending because I have not died yet, luckily. But if it did, I would come here and restore my soul binding. Because until you do so, you take a slight damage on all stats and damage while you're playing. So let's go ahead And these are the Guardian Sentries. And we'll go ahead and inspire them using the Sigil of Inspiration. Just that simple. We'll go ahead and finish this quest, and then we will move on to something a little different. There we go. Now, a lot of this game, if you'll notice, these mobs do have levels and such.
Good to see you.
The courageous shouts of our soldiers are wonderful to hear. Thank you for inspiring them with your blessing. To win the war against Mailforge and the Defiance, we must win the hearts and minds of the guardians of all ranks. We cannot win alone. Now I have the option. I can pick up a healing potion or a mana potion. And since I already have 2 healing potions, and I don't use mana, so we'll grab another healing potion.
We will find victory.
And then the quest disappears. And then this is one of the repeatable quests.
Hello.
If you notice here, you'll see that the quest background is a greenish background or a default background. That means it's just a standard quest, either a sub-quest in a zone, or in this case, a repeatable quest. Guardian of Ways and Means. It is good to see you. It's good to see one of our naval order, and a rogue at that. How useful. Come hither, lass, and stand with me against the planar abominations that issue from the rifts in Silverwood. Together we can defend the righteous guardians that fly these rolls. And this person wants me to kill creatures from rifts and invasions all across Silverwood.
Journey well.
Which now brings up the world map real quick, which is openable on an M. We'll go ahead and open it up and expand it just a little bit. So you can see this is the world that I'm part of. The red ones are zones that are way too level me. Like I can do these levels here. This is actually the Defiant area. This is the Guardian area, and Silverwood covers level 6 to 20. You can zone all the way in like this, and you get a view of most of the zones that you have been to before and seen. And you can see right here, Divine Landing. That's the right here's the the city. Right there is the porticulum. Right there is the quest giver. See, I'll clear that out and go back to the map, and that's all. That icon is gone. But if there were any rifts, you would see them. Right now, there's no rifts in the area. So let's go ahead and move forward. We'll start working a little bit on one of the quests that I have. I got this quest too, which we'll pick up. Ghastly Tinder. The Red Dragon's minions are bent on burning down this ancient forest. Quickly, stamp out the flames and tear down the pyres before the forest is consumed. Summary, extinguish wanton tinder in the sanguine shores. And I need to spawn 6 of them. Now, if you notice here, anything that is in red as a quest reward is unavailable to you. I mean, I could choose it and just turn around and sell it or break it down to its material components. But anything that is visible is an option that I can use based on my class, in this case, Rogue. So I can pick up these Enduring Breaches or these Boiled Leather Plants. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start taking out some of this stuff here. And again, as you can see, the abilities work over my head are builders and spenders. That's the way the Rogue class tends to operate. Weird how I'm only seeing one quest. Let's just send you in real quick. Quest log. That's weird how I can only show one quest. I thought I could show more. I'll have to check in the UI settings real quick. Let's go ahead and kill him off. And nothing for me to loot. So let's back up real quick. Here. Settings. Interface. Misc. No. Action bar social status text. Display. Ah, quest stickies. There we go. There we go. Now I can show 5 quests at one time. So now we'll pop back in and I can go boom, 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 and boom. And you can also see here too, like for instance, the Wanton Flame, if I can tell by the gold storyline, that is a story quest. The other one, the Ghastly Tinder, is just a regular quest. This one is complete. And so there we go. But now I'm able to track multiple quests at a time. So it was just a simple UI switch. We'll go ahead and explore a little bit. We'll work on some questing here. And what's nice is one of my abilities is a one of my builders is a dot, and the other one of my builders is direct damage. So they kind of work in tandem. Come on, there we go. And then when I get a full bar, I pop my major spender, and I'm able to usually knock out the foes most of the time that way. To me, I like the just the general gameplay in Rift. I like the storyline. I find it very interesting. Here we'll go ahead and gather this Coastal Glory, which will work on my foraging skill. The only way you can increase your skills is by using them. For instance, if you notice in the bottom left-hand corner, I've increased my skill in foraging to 2. And when I hit my spender, boom, he drops. And we've got mining too, since I'm working on it, since I chose weaponsmith. Picked up some tin ores and fieldstone. Now, one thing they do not have in this game is a crafting bag, which I really wish they did. Or ways to kind of handle your bags. There are some add-ons that can do them, but I've never been a huge... For instance, I don't like there are a couple of add-ons, for instance, in Lord of the Rings Online, that basically give you one big bag and everything goes in it. I've never liked that because it's hard for me personally to organize everything that way. So I personally like to have them this way. So let me go ahead. It means I have to do a little bit of cleanup. Got to move some of this stuff down here. There we go. And it does mean, of course, that the bags are going to get a little wanky and a little clunky at times. And like I said, I wish there was a way to actually do some sort of bag sorting. And there may be an add-on to do it, but unfortunately, Rift has not been really worked on a lot. The original designers sold off the game, and then they sold off the game as well. So it's really not... So that was one reason when I saw that at Gamescom they went ahead and actually had a booth, that they were going to actually have somebody there. It was my hope, because I actually enjoy the general premise of the game, that hopefully it would mean that there would be some sort of maybe some work on it, and maybe it'll turn the game into something better. We'll go ahead and turn in the quest to Sir Khan, which is the Ghastly Tinders.
Ah, good to see you.
Ah, you have weakened Maelforge's minions, but there's more to do. It is our duty as guardians to prevent this holy place from becoming defiled by the serpents of the Bloodstorm. As the prophet Martet once said, before the storm, prepare. After the storm, prepare. So let's see. So as you can see, he's also, you can currently equip and see. So I'd gain a dex and lose an endurance, or I would lose, yeah, 12 armor. I don't need intelligence, so we'll pick up the boiled leather pants. And then I pick up some gold, experience, and notoriety with the Quicksilver Scholars. And here's the other faction of the game, is called the Soul Tree. When you actually build a character in Rift, you're not just technically building one character, you're building a set of 3. In this case, I'm using a preset role with a preset spending. So basically, it's going to take some from Assassin, some from Ranger, and some from Nightblade to build up this character. And the preset that I chose in this case will automatically spend those points according to the way the role is set. And this game was designed by someone, and it was incorporated into the game by Tryon, who were the original developers of the game. So it's usually those are pretty good. Or if you're feeling free and want to do on your own, you can go off board and do it yourself. I'm just going to go ahead right now and just spend all the points as listed. What happens is you spend points in the upper part of the tree getting new abilities. Like, for instance, I put the point in here at Wilderness Training, which increases the attack power and weapon damage by 4%. As you put points in here, you actually get points automatically in the roots of the tree. So you not only get abilities up here, but you get abilities down here. And here I picked up the ability Rejuvenate, which is a passive. When you activate a rogue finisher, your pet is healed for 270 hit points over 8 seconds. But it cannot happen once, then every 7 seconds. So it's kind of a way to, if you know what you kind of want to do with the character, the presets that are built into the game, and you can choose new roles too, is a way for you to kind of build your character and not worry so much about, oh, do I need this points here, and then I got to do this points here and get this ability. It does it automatically for you. On top of it, you get automatic points in your stats. You get automatic hit points as well, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, and you gain 1 soul point. My dexterity is increased. All my stats, dexterity, endurance, intelligence, wisdom, and strength, gained 60 extra hit points, and now I have 680. My beast also gained in power too. Is that a rift? No, that's just where the Carnage is. Okay, Carnage are kind of like your local quests, where if you you kill a bunch of foes. Like, I've already killed the 10 Want Destroyers. I need to kill 8 Mailforge Embers in order to finish off the Carnage quest. Then you get a little bonus for that, too. And that happens to be a Mailforge Ember right there. I'm not going to worry about picking that quest up. I want to move on. We'll go ahead and make our way down to this quest line over here, where throw the sphere of light at the specter of Mailforge, which is the quest Once in Flame. Right there. Let's go ahead and now, if you notice, I'm primarily using only a few abilities because those are my ranged. These down here are my ranged builders. These are my melee builders. And then up here are my finishers. Let me go ahead and separate them out a little bit. This is my primary ranged finisher. This is my primarily melee finisher. And if you notice, if you see however many points I have, they pretty much do the same damage. It's just, am I primarily in melee range, or am I primarily in am I using range damage? So, a prowling heat rises from the earth. That is a new zone event. Let's get out of here. Open up the map real quick. Oh. Okay, I'm not seeing a zone event nearby, so it must not be. Ah, okay, it was probably over here then. Okay. Let's go ahead and get back to what we're doing now. I thought it was something nearby I could show you all. So let's go back to what we're doing. Picking up some Mailforge embers and then working on banishing the dragon Mailforge. So here is the Spectre of Mailforge. Let's go ahead and throw the Spear of Light at it. Oh, well, hold on, I got a problem here first. Actually, I'll let my pet handle it. We'll go ahead and throw the Spear of Light. I can't because it... Come on. There we go. Throwing the Spear of Light at the Spectre of Mailforge. And I have banished Mailforge's presence temporarily from Talara, and I can turn around and turn that quest in. And we're going to pick up this tin load. Quest is complete, and if you notice here by this symbol, it means it's an auto turn-in quest. So I can just click this. Carnage, all foreclosed. By cleansing the woods of the Mailforge embers and wanton destroyers, you've done the vigil proud. Yet a guardian's job is never done. So there we go. So let's go ahead and head back in. We'll turn in this quest, which we need to take to the Spirit of Carwyn. Now, Carwyn is one of the older guardians. His spirit is actually up here.
Our destiny is laid out by the gods.
I've not seen your face since the war in Mythosia. Though I die, the vigil is not done with me yet. I bring a warning and a gift. You've seen the enemy, a dragon of fire so cruel its only desires to see Talara burn. But there are 5 other dragons breaching the ward with planar rifts, and you must stop them, Ascendant. The gods bestow upon you the planar lure. Use this lure to breach planar tears and seal the rifts on your own terms. So let's see. Rough-handed hatchet, which is going to be worthless, and enlightened dirk. They're pretty much all worthless. I've got... I already have a fairly good weapon, so I'm just going to go ahead and... They're also all about the same cost, so it doesn't matter. I'm also going to pick up the Ascended Power Planar Lure. Grants the permanent ability to breach the planar tears found across Talara, allowing you to defeat invaders and rifts on your own terms. Carrying the light. Thanks to you, Divine Landing will hold fast. However, Mailforge's goblin hordes are descending from the north. The goblins will raise the town of Ardent Glade if you don't intervene. I need to speak with Rudy Tanlop in the Sterling Hills.
Second chances are never easy.
So what I will do is I will go to Abilities, Ascended Powers, or General. There, no. Thought I was supposed to augment ability. Maybe I don't yet. Or is that a reward for carrying the light? The ground beneath your feet begins to groan. Hammer of Flame. Smolderon bellows out to his forces. Burn through the Ascended. Show them the raw power. Okay. So currently there is a zone-wide event that is in play. Defend the ward stones from earth and fire invaders and defeat earth and fire invaders. I have no idea if I can do the zone-wide event on my own. I have no idea how many players there are. But if we could pick it up, we'll do so. Basically what's happened is Smolderon is enforcing his presence upon this zone, and he's trying to attack the ward stones with earth and fire invaders, and it's our job to defeat them, as well as doing other quests along the way. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and character bounce. Let's go ahead and pick up the Armored War Tiger. Now, I actually, like I said, I've played this game for a little while, put it away for a long time, and recently picked it back up. So I actually already own the expansion pack, and I've picked up some other things along the way. Most new players, when they start their game immediately, they will not have some of the things that I have. But there's Rudy Tanlop that I need to talk to, and this is one of the ward stones that Smolderon is going to try to engage. See, somebody else is already playing because there's already 2 of the Earth and Fire Invaders have been defeated. And that's what I'm looking for. Thank you. That is a Fire Rift. Let's have some fun, shall we? Oh, there's the ability right there. There we go. Planar Lure. That's what I want. Or no, this is an Earth Rift. Well, and the other thing too is you can see you can join a public group, and immediately my progress is now helping out the rest of the group. We formed a little mini raid to try to take this out. We need to kill YB84. There we go. Stage is complete. Rifts operate in stages. Let me go ahead and help out here, and then I'll explain a little bit more about them. This is a time stage, as you can see by the 2-minute clock that's now on the board. Everybody who's participating in this stage has 2 minutes to complete it. And this is a bonus stage. I'm getting my butt handed to me. Oh, no. And I just died. So your options are to soul walk or respawn. We will, since it's not too far away, its current vitality is soul. We'll just go ahead and respawn. It should respawn me. Yep, not that far away. You have fallen in the service of the vigil. You need to return to the side of your demise. The gods will grant you a boon returning to your body. Or I can choose to resurrect here.
You are our salvation.
We'll go ahead and head back real quick. And it should give me the option to resurrect. Resummon my pet real quick so I don't die. Yeah, that was just me taking on too many foes at one time. Alright, so we finished that one. Next bonus stage. Kill the Ford. I should be able to take this one out just fine. Boom! Bonus stage Forged Menace. And there we go. Taking out the rift. Let me get out of the way of this guy. Clear the area of any rewards that I have. Now it sounds like Rudy's wagon is being attacked. So that's, yep, right there. And that's the ward zone, so I guess we need to defend the stone. There we go. We successfully saved the ward stone. Wasn't that badly damaged, too. That's good. Somebody else is coming up the ward zone. Charge, pet! Now, when you complete a rift, you get rewards, obviously. As you can see here by this item, that's a quest run. This is when you've completed rifts or rift-type events. You get this reward. In this case, I'm picking up some planerite, which is just standard currency that is used to buy different goods from planar-based merchants. Some ethereal planar dust and ethereal pure source, which is to reveal a random reward. And then I'll go ahead and pick up my quest one, which is the Guardian of Ways and Means. There we go. Let's turn in the quest with Rudy.
Good to see you.
Well, imagine this. An Ascendant is here to help us defend the forest. You have the truth of it. Though you thwarted the Wanton Horns in Divine Landing, they've now turned their fiery gaze toward the rest of the forest. So I can pick up the Watchful Cord or the Judicious Belt. We'll pick up the Judicious Belt. Singed Hives. The wanton cult's infiltration of Sterling Hills is alarming. Milforce's goblin hordes skulk through the forest, setting vestment hives alight to spread their fire and magic. To halt this corruption, destroy the hives and bring to me the hive walls as proof of your deeds. I need to collect 3 scorched hive walls.
Thank you for your assistance.
Looks like one of the wards is already dropped. So I'm going to spend those points. We will heal, mend my soul,
Fare thee well.
which restores the damage. Go to the vendor here real quick.
The finest goods from
Sell
the
off my
finest
gray
hands.
items. Tin ore comes down here.
Always a pleasure.
I'd rather have the endurance, so we'll keep that. Ethereal planar dust is a crafting item. Let's open up this pure source. You do not meet the requirements. Level 10, so stick it over here. And then the belt. Let's see, I don't know if I can recycle those items. I thought I had an ability to recycle. Nope, cannot recycle those items. Okay. So I'll just go and sell.
Years to make, seconds to purchase. Until next time.
I think you can in this game. I think you can craft, you can destroy certain items to get the materials you need to build others. So there's a major earth rift level 10. There's an earth evasion heading this direction. There's a minor fire rift. There's a minor earth rift. And you can see the approximate level of. There's an air foothold that's down this way too. That's just a regular one. The earth and the fire ones are actually concerning the zone event, and as you can see the pulsing zone here, this is the zone event. let's see what we got. Let's see. I am level 9. Let's go ahead and pick up this zone hive real quick.
Yum yum.
I gotta destroy this Vespid hive. I need the singed higher wall. And you see one of the Vespid drones is trying to defend it. Okay, we want to go this way. Oh, it's up there. Okay. And you notice I picked up a couple of quests, a couple more Carnage quests. Those are just random kill X mob for reward type quests. So, and you picked those up randomly wherever you roam in the game. Major gold tenders. Kill the vault tenders and the AU-79 transporters. But it looks like I've got to fight my way. This is one of the things about it that I think Rift should work on improving, is if there is a rift that is open in an area, please go ahead and expel temporarily the non-rift related mobs so that the people can actually get to them. Well, I'm getting my butt handed to me. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you. Get him off thing. Thank you. Oh, no, I'm dead. I'm dead. I was too paying attention on too many different things. So this time we'll go ahead and soul walk. And we will resummon my... Nope, wrong thing. We will resummon my pet. Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for this stuff yet. I think that was just a bit much for me to take out, so... It happens. And I collected my 3 scorched eyeballs, so I finished off that quest at least. I think I saw somewhere that Rudy's camp had fallen. I think that's where I'm actually stationed at for this quest, so I may not be able to turn it in until the end of the event, unfortunately. Longtooth, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, I'm not sure how well I'm going to do against this horde. This looks like it's going to be a bit much for me to handle. So I think we'll just have to move on and come back down here. Yeah, I have a feeling, yeah, there are so few people in the zone that I honestly didn't think we would be able to fight off the Hammer and the Flames zone quest. So I just had to, I had to run away, run away, run away. But I still need to kill Vespid Darters and Vespid Hive Wards. So, and there's a Goblin guy. Good, there's some good to kill the Goblin. See where we at here. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Sort of. It's a fairly new character. Level 10 rogue. Just finished the starting zone, so I'm here in Silverwood right now. Just near Ardent Landing. Just kind of slowly working my way through. I normally on Mondays I stream Lord of the Rings Online, but I am, as far as the main story quest will let me go, because I'm on a time lock server, and so I figured I'd try something different today. You know, log in, try different games, see how it goes for a little bit. Normally on Mondays and Fridays I do Lord of the Rings Online. On Wednesdays and Sundays I do Star Wars: The Old Republic, and as I have time and energy, I pick up other games. And today I decided to pick this game up. Wanted to try something different. And plus the fact that Rift was out at... I'm on... I want to say Deepwood? I want to say Deepwood. I've been watching the news a bit, and I saw that they were... that Rift was actually had a booth at Gamescom, and they actually did a patch note and reactivated one of the older battle passes. And I like Rift. I like the base idea of the game. I like the idea of fighting the wards and stuff. There just hasn't been a whole lot of people on. So, like, for instance, we're going to go ahead and lose the zone. We can't finish the zone request. We still need to defeat 130 invaders and save the last ward stone, and I don't think it's going to happen. So we're going to lose the zone to Sulfurion. Which kind of makes things difficult for questing and such. But like I said, I enjoy the base game. I like it's fun. Rifts are a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, I will get there eventually. Like I said, this is just a kind of a casual stream. I'm a very casual type of player. For instance, on Lord of the Rings Online, I stream on the Angmar server, and I just finished the main story quest as far as it's gotten now on Angmar, and the next zone actually opens up on Wednesday. It's taken me all that time, just at the slow pace that I play, to actually catch up the storyline quest all the way through. So, because I read quest stories, and I'll do side quests that sound interesting and so forth. I just have fun. I'm a very laid-back type of gamer. I don't try to cram and rush through. It's like on my last stream where I actually finished up the main story quest was the first time I'd ever done delving in Lord of the Rings Online, which is kind of like a mini dungeon type system that you have. It's the first time I'd ever done it at all on any stream. So it was worth giving it a try and seeing how things go with that. And I actually kind of liked it. I thought it was neat. But they're getting ready to kick up the levels, so it means I'm going to be moved out of delvings again until I hit max level. So I won't be able to do delvings for a little while, and I'll be working on the main story quest for a while once I get back into games. So. But like I said, I've always liked the premise of Rift. I liked the Rifts. I thought the Rifts was a very inventive gameplay. What is that? Is that a Rift there? That's a minor fire rift. It's got 82 minutes to collapse. Let's go ahead and make our way over there real quick. Let's ignore some of this stuff for now. See if I can actually get to the fire rift. Because I'm on level for that rift, so I should actually have a chance to complete it. Gotta kill 4 wandering flames and lava imps. Yeah, there's the fire rift. Okay. I still need to kill 1 more lava imp. There it is, but my pet's getting attacked. There, I buy the lava imp. That's good to know. Hey, Long Toots. How you doing? Oh, wow. Thank you very much. If I survive, I will go ahead and equip the bags. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that very much. Let's see, I need to complete. There we go, we need you. Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Take some water and heal real quick. There we go. Sometimes the rifts will have glowing gems or some other objects that you can actually loot, which will temporarily increase the physical damage that you can do or the healing that you can take. Wandering flame, yep, right there. Alright, stage complete. Next stage of the rift. 2 minutes and we got to kill the 2 flame emissaries. Thanks, Longtooths. Kill the beast of flame. Here we go. Bonus stage. And that's how rifts work. There'll be there's one of the stages that you start on, and then there's a bonus stage, and then there's time stages, and that's kind of how rifts work. Oh shit! I was not prepared for that thing to spawn out of nothingness. Of course they were. Of course they were. And we've sealed the rift. And then you get a reward for sealing the rift. And then you can turn around, clean up any of the bodies that you see, which I don't see any. Is that a body over there I can loot? Yes, there's a body over here I can loot. And then I can pick up my rift reward, which we'll do in just a second. And for this rift, I picked up some planerite and a needling flame, which will deal 20% incoming damage back to the enemy to hit it. It lasts for 2 minutes or 10,000 points of damage. It's a nice little... Once you reach a certain level there are certain abilities that you can pick up. I will do, Longtooth. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. All right, let's see here. We need to... There we go. Let's kick you out. I almost got that Carnage quest done. I just need 3 more goblins. And flame minions, is that another one I'm working on? Rudy's wagon's back under attack by a soulless Fenric. How far am I away from Rudy's cat? I'm a little far away. Alright, let's go ahead and continue onward, because if I hit the Arden Glade, I can pick up some other questing and such. Here we go. Go. Not really a safe place real quick, but let's go ahead and close this bag out real quick so I got access to my bags. These are there we go. Much better. We'll worry about cleaning up the UI a little bit later. Okay, am I heading the correct way? Yes, I am. Okay. Ardent Glade is the next sort of community that you'll find along the way. Also want to see if there's any artifacts around that I can show you guys what an artifact looks like. But I'm not seeing one handy here. But what's nice is there should be a soul mender around here. Oh, there's at least a vendor. Okay.
Feel free to browse.
Move these out of the way. Want to clean up my inventory just a little bit.
Always a pleasure.
There we go. Mount my War Tiger real quick. Take a look at the map. Let's see, there's an air foothold, there's an earth foothold down here. Quest turning up there. Need to defend that ward stone. Alright, so let's see, where are we? Okay, we need different types of goblins. That's why that quest isn't going on. They need scouts and escorts, not the flame callers. Okay. So let's go through here. And right there's a goblin scout. That's what I need. And looks like there's an earth rift up there. Might try another earth rift. And I just completed that Carnage quest, and these are my rewards. There we go. I think I'm gonna die again. Come on. Yeah, my pet died. That's the end for me. Oh well. Not worried about it. Resummon my companion. There we go. I guess we'll just have to leave that rift alone. I don't believe I can go back to Sterling Hills right now. I think, yeah, that Wardstone's dropped, so I'm not going to be able to do any quests or any turn-ins until the zone event is over. Let's see what we got going on here. We'll go ahead and turn in the quest with Rudy
Great
real
son,
quick.
an ascendant.
Red to warp with short bow.
Good luck.
Soul points. And now once we move on to the next zone, which is Ardent Glade. I'd already been there real quick,
Years
so
to
we
make,
will
seconds to purchase.
head over there momentarily.
Until next time. The finest goods from the finest hands. Always a pleasure.
All right. And I can loot these guys. Greed it. I usually greed most things in that case. If somebody really, really needs it, I let them. And the Goliath EC-1203 Devastator bounders onto the battlefield. Ugh. Where is it? Oh, he's all the way up there. He's heading toward that Wardstone up at Ardent Glade. Let's see if I can get to Ardent Glade and help out with its defenses. How far away is it now? Okay, he's almost there. Real quick, we'll go ahead and bind my soul.
Are you here to help? Until next time.
Okay, where is he heading? He's heading toward Quicksilver. Yep. Yeah, he's trying to make his way to the Quicksilver College Wardstone. Okay, doesn't need an infusion there. All right. Very good. Wait, how far away is he? Oh, looks like the threat's taken care of. Okay, good. At least that threat's taken care of. Looks like they're trying to head and let's see if we can fill out free up a ward stone here, or maybe recover, because I have some planar infusion I can give to it to help restore it if we can clear the mobs around it. Maybe let's try to take back some of the zone back from Sulfuria. Alright, so what else do we need to do around here? Oh, Jarmok. Let's see if we can take him out. He's one of the named mobs that's... He's sort of a fun one to take out. Most times when you're at that level, you just can't do it. Because he is an elite mob. That's why you can tell by the spikes around his joint stones. There we go. Alright, so this area has now been rescued.
Years to make, seconds to purchase.
Throw that on my bar so I can
Always a
use it.
pleasure.
Single shot of 750 points to a void, plane touched or plane bound enemy. That's always good to know. All right, what else do we got? Fire invasion, air foothold. Need 25 more Earthfire invaders to finish up the zone event. Looks like there's an Earth event over here. Let's see how well we can do. do we still need to kill the other more YB84? There it is. Alright. First stage of the rift down. Second stage. Not letting me target it. That's weird. It's kind of stuck in the wall. I can't quite target it. So this isn't a timed event, so I'll just go ahead and let my pet handle it. Come on, buddy. Still need to get one more immolator. There he is right there. Let's grab him. Timed stage. Killed the forged menace. Got him. Bonus stage. Usually most bonus stages have so many mobs that they can't be completed solo. So what'll happen is if you can't complete the bonus stage, then it just moves on to the next. It just finishes right there. All right, we need one more. 30 seconds left. Can I find him really quick? There he is. Is it the emulator yet? Oh, I need more. Yeah. Got it. I did not think I was going to do that. All right. And that's one close rift. I got some rift rewards to pick up. Another settling discordant energy and some extra planerite. I have no healing. Let's see if I can take out that burning idol though. So where is Smolderon? Let's see if I can head over there real quick. We might be able to at least help out with the Smolderon fight. He is a much more difficult mob than even some of the other ones I've taken out. So I don't believe there's any chance I have to solo him. Looks like there's a couple other people here. Maybe we can take him out together. There he is. Here. And there we go. And that is the end of the zone event. Then my soul points. Picked up a new ability, another builder. Piercing shot. Reduces armor as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and it's a range, so we'll throw it on my range bar. Alright, let's take a minute now and sort of clean things up. That was kind of a fun one. Like I said, I've always enjoyed Rift. Rift is a fun game. There's lots of things to do. If you get bored of just questing, you can just do rifts. If you get bored of rifts, there's an instant adventure that basically moves you from zone event to zone event or mini zone event to mini zone event. And you're automatically grouped with people too, so you can kind of level up that way. There's dungeons, there's raids, all sorts of things. I picked up some void stones. And I can't do anything with that, so we'll hold on to that. Now that things are kind of peaceful here in the zone, let's go ahead and turn in this quest. Picks up a new story quest, the Shrines of Tavril. As the goblins spread their fires of Maelforce, they also defile the signs of Tavril. If the gods grow weak, then they'll be unable to maintain the ward protecting us from the elemental planes. You must utter holy words of the vigil at each of these shrines to cleanse the sacred relics. Now, if you look here, you'll see that there's rare planar goods, and the planar expert. The planar goods and the rare planar goods, as you go through rifts, you'll pick up that planar, and this is where you can spend some of it.
I've the best goods around.
I think I actually have a couple of... Yes, I've got two of these to open, but Yes, I can open them
Come
now.
back whenever you have the need to trade.
I picked up a couple of these epiphanial pure sources during my raiding or during my questing. So let's see what's in them. There's just random rewards in the plains. Deals 500 death damage and heals 500 death damage. That's very important. Let's throw that over here. Throw that here. And then an Earthen Rune. Absorbs 202 damage for 2 minutes and increases Dexterity Intelligence by 3 for 15. Just a temporary runic effect on an item. Okay. So the planar goods are...
Have a look at my stock.
What it is you get, as you'll go through and you kill things, you'll pick up these essences, and they're basically stat modifiers or minor abilities and stuff. But you need to have something to put them in. And that's what the Sigil of Rebirth and the Sigils of Ascendance are. The Sigils of Rebirth can hold 3 lesser essence slots, and here I can hold a greater and 2 lesser essence slots. And they cost Planerite. Currently I have 63 Planerite, so I'm not going to go ahead and send any. And then sources, you can get a planar essence that's focused on dexterity. So if I want to go ahead and spend 20 planerite, I can get an essence that's focused on dexterity, which is one of my main stats. And it's a base way just to increase your stats.
See you later.
And the rare planar
The
goods
finest goods from the finest hands.
has larger items and so forth, like a planar thief's dagger for 10 void stones. That's nice. Okay. Oh, planar essence, and that's a lesser planar essence. See, lesser planar essence. 3 dex, 3 strength, 2 attack power, and 2 death resistance in one item. And again, you slot those into those essence holders that I saw, and all those stats are yours. Problem is, though, is once you slot it in, unless you use I want to say a runic. There's a runic item that you can use to remove it. Unless you can have one of those items to remove it, you can't remove it. It's locked in there. So if you get a whole bunch of better ones, you got to buy another sigil, slot them in, and then replace the sigil with another sigil, as far as I recall.
Until next time.
All right, let's see. And real quick over here, this is guys that have a thing, there's a talking to them. But I do know for a fact, for instance, that Sergeant Helig introduces you to the instanced adventures. So like I said, if you get bored doing questing, if you get bored doing rifts, if you get bored doing dungeons, you can always pick up zoner instance adventures, and you'll be ported to the instance, you'll do the thun there, and then it'll send you either back to where you came from, or you can go to the next one, and so forth. So like I said, they have different ways of leveling depending on what you're interested in, what you feel like doing that day. And I've always liked, as I said, I've always liked Rift. Rift has been just a fun game. It's fun to just log in and just play around and do a few things. I don't believe, unless Gamigo is going to start spending money and actually doing things to the game and actually fixing things and actually expanding things, because there hasn't been a new expansion or real major add-on in this game in about 10 years. Unless they do that, I honestly don't recommend you spending the money for the patron or the VIP account for it. You can do everything that I've been doing right now, I've been doing on the free account. With, as you can see, no limitations whatsoever. I haven't had any problems pop up. I haven't had anything pop up that I couldn't do just by playing the free account. So my advice as far as Rift is concerned is play it for fun, play it for free. If it's something you like and they finally start adding stuff to the game that piques your curiosity, then give the developers a little bit of money for a month and see how things go. That's my personal recommendation for Rift. It's a fun game though. There's a good soul of a game here. There's a good there's the meat and bones are here. If somebody will actually take this game and start working on it and expanding it, I really think it can go far. But now we're over here. Excuse me. This is one of the crafting holds. Novice rune crafter, novice artificer here, right here. This is a workbench that you can use for tailoring and rune crafting and outfittering. I picked up weaponsmith, so we're going to go over here to the forge. I'll go ahead and make up some tin bars because I need to work on my mining. The laboratory. Now if I go back to the forge and I switch from mining to... Oh, that's right, I didn't pick up... I was going to pick up weaponsmithing. Armorsmith, weaponsmith, right here.
Learn something.
Tell me about weaponsmithing. Weaponsmiths are able to create any weapon that is not a wand or a staff. Mining and foraging work best with this trade skill. So, since I'm primarily a bowman and I don't use a wand or a staff, we'll go ahead and pick up weaponsmith.
Learn, be stronger.
And then we'll pick up the tin truncheon and the yew short bow.
Now go make something of yourself.
Yes, sir. I need yew planks and sinew cords. So if I go to foraging, it requires the workbench. So that workbench is in here. We'll go ahead and build these yew planks. Sinew cord is a component that you pick up from the, I do believe from the general, no, actually from the weaponsmith. Ah, he also has a crafting quest for me too.
I can help you be better.
2 of them. I'd like to buy something. Sinew cord right there. We'll grab 5 of those.
Always a pleasure.
And I can go ahead and make myself a yew short bow, which is slightly better. Same stats, but also collecting will unlock the wardrobe appearance of the yew short bow in my ability. So we'll go ahead and craft it. I got to get to a workbench, not a forge. And we'll go ahead and make two 10 long swords. I got to be done at the forge. Let's see if I can break these down. No.
Learn, be stronger. Come back when you need
There we go. Okay, that's enough of crafting for now. Let me go ahead and heal myself, heal my soul damage.
Greetings. Find your greatness.
There we go. All right, well, looking at the clock, unfortunately, the time for the my stream has come to an end. I need to help out my partner a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here for today. Again, I just wanted to log on to Rift for a little bit and give it a try, because I was at the end of what I could do in Lord of the Rings Online. And if you like what you see, again, pick up Rift. I'm playing it through Steam right now. There is a free-to-play. As you see, pretty much everything that I've done, you can do as a free-to-play player right now. There's a good set of bones here. There's some good meat. They haven't really expanded on the game much in the past few years. But because they were at Gamescom, I'm hoping that they'll actually do something with this game. And then we'll revisit it and see. But honestly, this is one of those MMOs that I honestly enjoy. It's a lot of fun, just bouncing from things and slowly working on your character and building it up. Normally on Mondays and Fridays, I stream Lord of the Rings Online. On Wednesdays and Sundays, I normally stream Star Wars The Old Republic. There's a new expansion, the next expansion on the Angmar server, which is one of the time-locked servers for Lord of the Rings, is going to be opening up this Wednesday. So I'll actually be continuing the main story quest this Friday. And we're working on the Rise of the Shadow of Revan, excuse me, the first full expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic. I'll be doing that on Wednesday. Again, all of my streams start at 4 p.m. And if you look down below, you'll find a link to my YouTube channel where all these VODs are posted, and I do other videos as well. You'll see a link to my Discord where I talk about MMOs and ARPGs. So please come on by, join me. We have lots of discussions. In fact, I had posted on my server, on my Discord server, that I was debating, trying to figure out what to do today. And I was looking to my followers on there to get advice, see what they would like to see. But again, I would like to thank everyone very much for joining me today. I think we had a great stream. So I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. I will see you all on Wednesday. And take care of yourself, be safe, and I will see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.